Welcome to my channel. I'm Gary Wiryawan, and today we're doing a little bit of an outing on this relaxing Sunday. We're currently eating at this restaurant. You might recognize this restaurant from the previous vlog. We're going to eat soto again and try to recapture the scenery that I captured before from behind of the paddy field with the hut and a little bit of the trees and the plantation. And today I'm keeping it very simple, just one camera, the LX100. I'm not bringing my GX85 because currently I'm trying to pack the GX85 for a future trip. Anyway, let's enjoy today's video. Alright, so as you recognize this place before on my previous vlog, so I'm going to recapture this scenery again. It's not gonna be that much different from the previous vlog, but this time I'm using the LX100. As I mentioned earlier, I'm setting the LX100 quite simply at f2.8 and auto shutter speed, and I'm at ISO 200. I'm at 24mm, and I'm going to do a vertical composition, so please pardon a little bit of the noise. That's a performance of, you know, Chinese dragon thingy on the building over there. But now let's try to shoot the picture right here. I'm just going to get something very simple, just the hut in the middle, with a little bit of these plants right here as a foreground and those trees behind as a background. It's a very simple composition, f2.8, and the sky is not looking that nice, but it's okay. With the LX100, the autofocus is a little bit janky, so I'm using the macro autofocus right here instead of the usual autofocus switch on the bottom, because I think it's more accurate. So let's try to capture it one more time. Very simple. I can play around a little bit with the foreground composition by raising and lowering the camera to get how much foreground that I want. I want a little bit less of the foreground and more of the paddy field, so let's try to do that one more time. Yep, really nice. We just finished eating now, and we also finished shooting some pictures here. Now we want to move to our next location, and I will see you on the next location. And now we just arrived at the next location. This is a coffee shop again in the countryside area of Yogyakarta, and we also have a nice outdoor seating right here, and we're gonna try to find something interesting here. Alright, so we're going to take portrait of my wife, again still with the LX100. I'm at 4:3 aspect ratio, f2.8, shutter speed about 1000, and I'm at ISO 200. And as you can see there, we have pond behind my wife and also paddy field. I want to use the paddy field as sort of a foreground, and I'm currently at about 50mm, trying to get a little bit more of background blur. I'm zooming to about 70 because I want even more background blur. So let's try to focus at her and just trying to compose as nice as I can. I just want to focus on the paddy field. Really nice. One more. I'm gonna go a little bit closer with 50 to give you a little bit more of a intimate feeling. And now I want to try to zoom out a little bit to about 35, and I'm gonna do vertical composition. Let's see what we can get. Alright, one more time. I think it looks really nice. Yes. One more time. We're going to zoom in again at about 50, but now we're going to do vertical. Right, I'm not going to change any settings. One more time. Excellent. Alright, so we found another spot. I wanna try to photograph my wife again, still with the LX100, f2.8, 4:3 aspect ratio, 1000 of a second, shutter speed, ISO 200. I'm at about 50mm, and I'm going to try to take a vertical shot. Very simple, something like this. 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. One more time. I really like how the paddy field behind looks. I think it's really nice, and I really enjoy the vertical composition. Now let's try to take a horizontal shot. Can you move a little bit to the left? Yes, nice. And I'm going to go a little bit closer just to get more background blur. Alright, that's really nice. The balance between the paddy field and the trees behind and my wife really looks nice in my opinion. One more time. Can you do straight pose? Yes, I think that's really nice. Excellent. One more time. Nice. Alright, so I think I found a nice composition here. I'm trying to take a picture of this paddy field with the trees behind as sort of a focal point. That tree right there, and also I'm using the leaves as the foreground, and I'm going to try to compose with 24mm on my LX100 f2.8 1000 of a second, ISO 200. I think this is a really nice balance. I'm going to focus on the tree right there. Alright. So another reason why I'm using the LX100 today is because one of the subscribers kind of requested me to use the LX100. So yeah, this is for you, man. I'm using the LX100 today. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the composition that I got. I think it looks kind of nice. I'm just focusing at the tree. I don't really care if the foreground is blurry and whatnot. And yeah, that looks really nice. Alright, so I'm trying to capture this sort of sitting area right here with the tree behind and also the paddy field. I think it looks really nice. I want to try to capture this sort of frame within frame kind of picture. Again with the LX100, 1000 of a second shutter speed, f2.8, 4:3 aspect ratio. And I think I'm going to zoom to about maybe 35, and I'm going to focus on the sitting area right there and try to frame it using the columns, the pillars and the trees, and to get the paddy field as a background, something like that. Very simple, nothing much. Excellent. And that wraps up today's photo shoot. So I'm going to take a rest with my wife, and I'm also going to eat some snacks and drink some chocolate and just enjoy the scenery and relax. And that is all for today's video. I hope that this video is inspiring and useful for you, makes you want to go out and try to take picture with your camera. Again, this is part of my everyday photography vlog. You can check out the rest of the vlogs up here, where I try to photograph various things throughout my everyday life. And also don't forget to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video and subscribing to my channel below. Thank you and see you on the next video.